Welcome back to Viking football with head coach Bruce Barnum as the Vikings get ready to play at home once again this Saturday, hosting Cal Poly at Hillsboro Stadium, a 2 p.m. game, and a game you can also see on ESPN+. The Vikings go into that game off a big victory just over a week ago against Idaho State. Coach, let's talk about Idaho State real quick, and if there was a game this season that perhaps you got the most complete performance or the best execution, the 31-10 win over Idaho State, would that be the game?
We're getting closer, Mike. I'm proud of the team. We're getting better every week. All the stuff this group's been through, and to see improvement each week, to see young guys. We have a lot of freshmen out there, as we've talked about. Finally kind of meld with our seniors and the group that was here, and it was fun. And then they had a good week. I mean, we got after BYE this week and beat them, so we're ready to go against the mighty Cal Poly.
And if you missed that, that's BYE, the Vikings with a bye this past week. Coach, going into that game, the defense really set the tone, forced 3 turnovers in the first quarter, 5 in the game. The offense picked right up and was very productive, getting a big lead early, and the Vikings really in control the whole way. And that doesn't happen very often in a football season. That had to be a nice feeling. It
doesn't. I mean, Mike, knock on wood, we'd like to have that happen all the time, but the turnovers, we preach it all the time. We practice it all the time. And then to see it come to fruition and then see the offense, I think we took advantage of. Got 17 points out of it. To see them take advantage, it was a fun day. Those games are fun. That's why you do it.
And in the last 3 weeks, something that you've really sought all season, the last 3 games, the Vikings, very balanced on offense. You've averaged 155 yards on the ground, 256 yards through the air. That must be what you've really been looking for this season.
It is. Mike, you've been around me a while. When we're 50-50 and the numbers are high and the turnovers are low, we're winning football games. So to get closer to that margin, and it's not something you tick, where are we at in a football game. It's just something in this system that happens. The run leads to this, the pass leads to this, and it turns out to be a good day offensively. So need to continue that and hopefully get both sides of the numbers up.
Okay, as we approach the 8th game of the season, the Vikings, as we said, coming off a bye week, trying to get healthy. Health really, really becomes important this time of year. Obviously, a few injuries, a few guys out for the season. How challenging is it to keep the team healthy, to do the things you need to do down the stretch?
That's the ticket. The guys, you always remember who's healthy in November, but it leads to a strong finish, no matter what the record is. And this bye week for us was great. Mikey and the staff did a heck of a job. We've got some back on the field. We'll still be missing one, but it was a productive, get healthy bye week for us.
Okay, now as we look at Cal Poly, the Mustangs come in this very strange Big Sky Conference. We haven't played them in 4 years. A conference opponent we haven't played in 4 years. A lot has changed. Bo Baldwin took over last year, a very different team. They used to run that triple option and run the football to great effect. But now it's going to become a Bo Baldwin team. He's trying to transition that group. How different a look does Cal Poly bring?
First of all, Bo's doing a nice job. You can kind of see, because we know what they were last time we played him. Now you can see where he's picking and choosing and trying to get this strong first, and let's build here, and he's bringing the people in. But it's interesting to watch the transition that he's doing down there, because not many do that. So I think he's doing a great job. There's guys on defense. There's 3 guys. I think that, I think he fortified that. I think he went to that side and said, okay, let's get some guys that are going to grow here. And there's 3 guys I love on their defense, 2 DNs and 42 their linebacker. That'll keep him in games. But it's a process. I'm sure he's probably a little frustrated. Just time-wise, everybody is what have you done for me lately? But he's invested in it. He says he's getting full support. So, his teams are always well coached. Bo has a lot of history in this conference, so it'll be a challenge. Their record, great, but they've lost I think all except maybe one ranked football team. So I reminded our guys of that, and it's the Big Sky. And on game day, you can win by 40 or lose by 40 if you don't bring your lunch pail.
And in fact, Cal Poly just 1-6 on this season. They have had trouble scoring points in recent weeks, but last week they got a quarterback back that I know he really likes. Was productive and gave UC Davis, nationally ranked program, a heck of a game before losing to the Aggies. What was the difference for Cal Poly last week? Was it the quarterback? Obviously, the defense played well there as well.
That was a tight game. First off, that game, the emotion going into that game. I mean, the rivalry in that football game is something that if you're not from that area, you don't know. So I thought his team played a hell of a football game. I think both sides of the football, Davis included, I think he's got some injury issues as well at quarterback. So it's kind of interesting to see how they try to come around that. But Cal Poly gave him a hell of a football game. Again, I'm sure he's glad to have his Cal transfer back. But it's his first game back. The danger of that is he's going to come here and he's got one under his belt, and how good are they going to be here? So our defense is prepped for all of them, whoever's going to be in. But it's going to be a fun football game.
Okay, Coach, we need to wrap this up on Tuesday as we recorded, as the rain starts to fall on us. Got to get inside and get dry. All that said, as we play Cal Poly for the first time in 4 years with a new head coach, with a new system, what are going to be the keys for the Vikings this Saturday?
Mike, if you look at college football, it's the same for the most part. But to try to make it more specific to Cal Poly, the defensive production that we've had, especially, I don't want last week to be the pinnacle. We talked about more turnovers, and 5 turnovers in a football game by your defense is unheard of. But let's try to repeat that or do better, because that makes the game not more relaxed, but a little easier to call, etc. So win the turnover battle, be able to run the football against them, and control field position. I don't want to sound repeat, but I would say let's put turnovers as the key.
All right, the rain is falling now, but it's supposed to be nice this Saturday, so come on out and watch the Vikings as they take on Cal Poly at Hillsboro Stadium, 2 p.m. game, a game you can also see on ESPN+. For all your information on Vikings football, go to govikes.com.